up and you're gone. Finals time has arrived on the Global Rugby Challenge, where your third and sixth place side will be battling it out to decide who will go through to the semi-finals to face either the Flakes or the Dragons. Today, it is the All Flakes versus Toulon. Hello everyone and welcome on to Flakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the subscriber series, the Global Rugby Challenge, where we are down to the best 6 sides in the competition. The Flakes and the Dragons are already into the semi-finals, but we need these quarterfinals / preliminary finals to decide who the other two will be. We've got the All Flakes first up against Toulon, and then secondly we have the Guardians of the Crib up against the Crusaders following today's matchup. Now the All Flakes are coming into this as the first unlucky sides have to play in this mid-game. Now they finished third, and really they should have finished in second, but somehow, some way, the Dragons have put them to the spot, got a week off, and forced the All Flakes into another match. 42 points they got. They were 2 wins, 1 loss versus subscriber sides. They won versus the Dragons, they won versus the Guardians, and a 9-win, 1 draw, 1 loss record was up there with the best of them as well. That slip up against Clermont is something they can't afford to let happen again with that draw. Toulon will know that, and they'll be looking to exploit the same things that their French counterparts did all those weeks ago. The All Flakes side has not changed too much from the final round-robin game, and they have really had a tough run into these playoffs as well, having to face all 3 subscriber sides in the last 3 rounds of the competition. But here is their starting 15 for today. The front row has Nicholas Friedlander, Luke Lambert, and newcomer to the front row this week, Shady Streetwalker. You can't split up the second row, that's how amazing Benjamin Grayson and Caleb Cook are playing. Into the back row where it's all action is Mark Tommy, Dean Mumberg at 7, and Akara Kamana at number 8. Into the excitement of the back line is Jimmy Henderson, who will start at scrum half with Simo Coop lining things up outside him at 10. Bob Jeffrey, the newcomer into this back line, will partner Adam Fleetwood in the centres, with Christian Catley on the right wing, Liam Symes-Wells on the left, and Georgie Pullman moving from 12 to 15 and seeing Ike Quickly out of the starting squad. A lot of capability in the side with Jeffrey, Pullman, Catley all able to move around, even Sammy Cook for that matter, in that back line to really give them some variety and some manoeuvrability if required throughout these 80 minutes. Now up against them will be Toulon. This season not quite as impressive as we've seen from the All Flakes, but they finished 6th. They just snuck in to that top 6 place with 28 points, 6 wins, 5 losses, and they were very closely trailed by again their French counterparts Clermont, who finished just 4 points adrift on 24 points. Less than a win could have changed this whole matchup. Now we've seen Toulon a number of times this season already, and we know where the dangers lie. Mitchell on the left wing is an absolute machine, and he is a real finisher for the side with a team that can create a lot of chances. O'Connor, definitely one that runs hot and cold. When he's at his best, he will cause the All Flakes problems. Ma'anonu, Matu Bastero, those guys can definitely cover space in the middle of the field. Tui Soba, probably been a disappointment, but on the right wing, there's no in fact what that boy can do given the chances. As we always say, their pack is pretty powerful, it's pretty big, and they are the key to why these backline players get the ball and get the space that they do. Tua Fafanua has been one who has really stood out for me in the second row, but you can't really give too much to anyone over the others. Smith, Olivon, Vermeulen, all being fantastic as well for Toulon. Can they do it? Can they finally upset the apple cart and push out one of these subscriber sides nice and early? The All Flakes, though, look like they are the form team heading in to the real part that matters. Playoffs time. Let's get it underway. So it'll be Toulon, of course, in the red and black. This is their away strip, so predominantly red throughout the chest and back. And the All Flakes, of course, playing at home at Eden Park. That is their home strip, and we are underway. Playoff game number 1, and the All Flakes looking to start with a hiss and roar. quickly an offload from Dean Mumberg. Here is Jimmy Henderson away to Shady Streetwalker. They're finding room already. Caleb Cook to Lambert. Lambert finds it out wide. Liam Sims Wells. Options left and right. Looks to Freilander. Oh, Freilander should have gone the other way. Great defence, Toulon. And instantly, the All Flakes putting the French side on notice. Great start here for Heimding. Wow, fired to the back from Garado. Look at this by Toulon there, absolutely spinning it. Mitchell back to Nonu. Back inside it goes. And it's Vandermover, who trudges up towards halfway. Sport had a bit of a go. And oh, what a tackle there on Mitchell. The All Flakes coming out of the blocks with the rockets. A couple of line breaks already to their name, and almost a breakaway try to start them off. 5-man line out called for Lambert. He's got the man in the front, it's Cook. Henderson goes to Cook. Cook's got Mumberg charging, and T. Mumberg fires it out. Cook back to Lambert. He's got Commander, he's got Jeffrey. Jeffrey skips out, goes to Fleetwood. Fleetwood stalls support. Lamb Soames Wells down the sideline. Soames Wells scores. The All Flakes hit first, and that was coming since the start of the game. The All Flakes firing way hotter than anything Toulon has seen all season long. They just cannot let the ball die. The passing is crisp and perfect, and they just run out of defenders. Sport, the last one, cutting off Liam Sims Wells. But how was that? That was exquisite by the All Flakes. Adam Fleetwood tries this, pops it back after taking out fullback O'Connor. And the speedy left winger Liam Sims Wells does the work. He's got wheels, and there's nothing that Sport or Nonu could do about it. And now to enter what is an extremely hotly contested part of this season, the leading point scorer, Sam McCoop, one of the players up there in the running, and a hard-to-judge kick. He has perfectly sailed over from way out on the left-hand side. Good kick from Coop, and the All Flakes lead 7-0. And, well, if that first 12 minutes is anything to go by, this one could be an absolute cricket score. Up we go from O'Connor, and he's smacked it down to the 22, and Mark Tommy, all alone Tommy, and it's turned over from Sport. Nonu gets it back, and Toulon now have a chance to attack. How about this though? Well, it's the 6-on-1 and turned over. That can't be legal. Bob Jeffrey's there, and plenty of experience in those hands. He hacks us away. 22-22. Great kick from Jeffrey. And how was that turned over? That's what I don't understand. There was one man onto about 5 players from Toulon, and somehow he's turned that over. Grado this time floats it in nicely, and it's well taken from Kruger at the front. And it's a battle, isn't it? This one here. All Flakes would love to throw more players, and they're going sideways, which I think the All Flakes wouldn't mind too much as they turn it back. And nicely on Tuisova, gets it back again, but knocked on this time from look like Vermeulen. Here's Friday looking to start a scene in motion as Lambert out to Kamana. Held up in the tackle. Still advantage for the All Flakes. Starts going backwards, and Sam McCoop takes the ball in. It's advantage over. Here's Christian Catley. One-on-one the fullback on Catley. Oh, he's just taken down. Great work there from James O'Connor, and Catley was almost away. Nonu busting through. A lot of space through the middle of the park there for Toulon, and they will let that go. We have been bitten far too many times to take that risk close to the sideline. Last thing we want to do is give those guys the throw to the line out. Cook and Grayson are good, but let's make it a bit easier than it needs to be. Here's Jimmy Henderson. Jimmy Henderson! He scrapes through now. Oh my word! Nicholas Friedlander, he could have taken that. That was a try for the Big Loose Head prop. James O'Connor, not the first time in this season that he has hacked a man on the high tackle. Sam McCoop, oh, he judges the win to perfection and smashes that well over the defenders. into touch beautifully from Coop. Now another chance to attack for the All Flakes. Luke Lambert again goes to the back, and Jimmy Henderson again has a bit of a run. Caleb Cook on fire there. Here's Akata Kamana. No one to shy away from confrontation. Cook squirts it out to Lambert. Lambert to Von Jeffrey. It's a try all day, every day. Fleetwood out to Catley. Another try for the right winger. And he elevates himself up that leading try scorer list with another one for the All Flakes. Catley gets the second. How clinical was that from the All Flakes? Numbers, that wins every day of the week. And they even overcompensated as well. Fleetwood could have gone himself. Jeffrey could have gone himself. But they made sure of it. They trusted the outside player. And they did it perfectly as well. Beautiful work here. One-on-one it looked like. Then it was one-on-one again. And Catley, the finisher, squirts over in the corner. The little man, he gets the job done. And the All Flakes putting on the professional hat here. They are getting it done against Toulon. Samo Coop nailed one from way out on the the left-hand side, Now he's going to do one from the right-hand side. Wind now at his back, and it should help it go right over the sticks. It does. Easier one to judge. Just had to hit it straight, and the wind would do the rest. Samo Coop puts it over. 14-0, the All Flakes, complete dominance so far over Toulon as they head towards half-time. James O'Connor doing his best, illegally or legally, to slow the side down as Mark Tommy gets into the back, and Kamana tries to be the soldier. And he gets them up towards the 22 again. It's Dean Mumberg away to Samo Coop, and with the breeze, of course, going across him, he smashes this long, and O'Connor returns the favour down towards, looks like Mumberg, away to Streetwalker. Bob Jeffries involved, fires a big ball wide of Fleetwood. Here's Catley again. Now he's got support from Lambert. He's got Mumberg as well. They're looking for numbers. Finally, that breaks down for the All Flakes. They just had no one there. And Toulon take the ball gratefully. Half-time is rung. 14-0 to score. I mean, the All Flakes have dominated, but the scoreline is still very much capable for Toulon. Oh, a penalty! Holding on, and the breakdown wrapped up by the All Flakes defence. What do they want to do here? Coop, he's tapped it. He's just gone straight away. Has the fly half. Streetwalker to Tommy. Little Dean Mumberg straightens beautifully. Looks out wide. Oh, back of the hand. Jeffrey to no one. Disappointing finish to that there for the All Flakes. What an offload though from Dean Mumberg. That was exceptional. Here's Tuisova. And he just dribbles over the sideline in the tackle there. Good work from Liam Symes-Wells to just fold him towards that side. But this has been a half of dominance by the All Flakes. Bonus points here, folks, do not matter. They don't exist. It is win at all costs. And the All Flakes, taking 2 converted tries, lead it comfortably 14-0 at half-time. But if this half turns around, it could be an interesting full 80 minutes. The All Flakes all on possession. That is dominant, 70-30%. Territory pretty even though, but look at that handling there. The All Flakes really have chance their arm, and they've been rewarded for it a couple of times as well. Defensively, very sound and doing all the right things at the moment with the numbers, with the support players, and with their option taking. 7 line breaks to 2. Well, I doubt there's been 0 offloads by the All Flakes. Steve Mumberg just put in an absolute ripper before half-time. So the All Flakes are looking very, very good. Ominous form for the others heading into these knockout matches. The All Flakes progress. They will go on to face the Flakers or the Dragons. A rematch against the Dragons that we seen last round would be a mouth-watering prospect to see that again. 14-0, the job is half done though. The All Flakes looking to pile on the pain and knock out Toulon. They've been pretty good, the All Flakes, you'd have to say today. Clinical is probably a word that would come to mind. Samo Coop on halfway, wastes no time getting the second half underway. Very high. Oh, what a ball! Kamana! He's got Mumberg! Oh, yes! That is superb! The All Flakes are humming. What a start to the half. Liam signs wells away to Akahana Kamana. That is perfect work. Dean Mumberg gets the finish straight off the kick-off third try. That ball, simply outstanding. Kamana, he's a clever man, he's a strong player. He knew he could take on O'Connor and force the offload away in the tackle. He backs himself, and he backed himself very, very well. Bang! Knew he could do it. He knew he had Mumberg outside, and that is one hell of a way to start a second half. Mumberg dots down 3 tries for the All Flakes, and this one is singing sweetly for the subscribers side. The All Flakes, Toulon, wow, they've offered a little bit of resistance throughout the season to sides, but this time, when things have really cracked down, when it is win or lose, stay or go home, the All Flakes have stepped up a gear. Simon Cook from the left side this time. Not his hardest kick of the night, but he makes it count, and it's 21-0. And it's the All Flakes all the way, doing it nicely here against Toulon and Eden Park as well. Even sweeter for the home fans. O'Connor has been peppered. Really, he's been absolutely peppered. The kickoff goes to Caleb Cook again, and they attack. Oh, wow! That was one monstrous tackle. That was Olive on by the looks of things. Well, I'd love to have seen that again. What's an absolutely crunching tackle by the open side flanker. And, well, this kick here from Samakoop. Wind going for the breeze at his back. Oh, that is close, but it is deemed that Vermeulen had a foot in touch. The assistant referee was right there. Could you get better positioning? I say no. The All Flakes quickly there, quickly throwing in as well. To the front to Grayson Henderson, looking for Samakoop, who steps, so he goes. Oh no, not another one. This is murder. Coop is up. Coop is tapped, and the ball has gone to Mark Tommy. This is a shambles. Freilander. He goes forward.
Release.
No one really knew what happened there. Oh, Benjamin Grayson. Oh, he's short. Wow. That was some tackle to take out Grayson. Henderson goes to Freilander. He'll be over. And the loose head prop, one of the most capped players in the Global Rugby Challenge Series, has dotted down for the 4th All Flakes try. That was easy. Close to the line. A big man running off the short ball. Did well to hold on. Toulon really competed hard. And bang! Jimmy Henderson did a lot of hard work there to get that opportunity there for Freilander. And who was there but James O'Connor, who has been smacked, not for the first time tonight, but I guess he gets his own back, doesn't he? He's had about 3 high tackles today, so referee being a bit lenient that he's still on the pitch. Freilander has been fantastic all season long. One of the best men on the paddock each and every time the All Flakes run out. Consistency is key. And boy, oh boy, have the All Flakes come to play today. What an emphatic display from the Southern Hemisphere franchise. Another great kick from Samo Coop, who is lining up a few points here tonight. 4 converted tries now. So that gives him a little 8-point tally. Would love a few more. Almost scored that try too. Scything through the Toulon defence. 28-0. A thumping definitely in store here. Henderson, Mark Tommy, quickly on hand for a little offload by Jimmy Henderson. Here's Dean Mumberg away to Fleetwood. Had a quiet night. Bob Jeffrey on the side here. Oh, great work here from Jeffrey. Now he's Christian Catley looking for another. Chips over the top. Marlon is coming across. Simon Cooper's here. Big ball in for Jeffrey. Jeffrey gets the wheels rolling. Will he have enough? Oh, you better bet he will. Bob Jeffrey scores 5 tries for the All Flakes. I think they can't believe their luck at the moment. How well they are playing as a unit is just ridiculous. Christian Catley did brilliantly. They pass around the corner to Samo Coop. He knew he had Jeffrey. He knew he had a couple of other All Flakes players waiting. Oh, who else? But Caleb Cook, he was there as well. He's everywhere. You see Coop, you see Freilander, there he was. A couple of others waiting. There's 4 or 5 All Flakes players all in behind the Toulon defence. And Bob Jeffrey, he's a slow starter, but his top end speed is very good. And once he gets going, he's very hard to put away. Tulisova, though, had to cut him off at the corner, forced him a bit wider. It should be no problem here for Mr. Coop. Just slightly to the right-hand side. Reeds won't affect that much at all, and he calmly slots it over. Another 7-pointer. It's 35-0. Toulon getting well and truly thumped as the All Flakes take their rugby to the next level here at Eden Park. Look at the dejected faces on the Toulon players. They've hardly touched this ball. It has been complete domination by the All Flakes. His hands, Luke Lambert. He's got Freilander. Oh, you cannot write this. This is just insane. The All Flakes are the best team right now. Form gives them #1 advantage. That was ridiculous. Luke Lambert fed a short ball and he just fed straight through. There was a little ball, I think it was from Caleb Cook, and he had who else but Nicholas Freilander, who tuttles in for his second try of the match. There they go, bang. The Toulon defence had no idea, and Freilander speedy for a prop, but you see, they were definitely reining him in. But he only had a good 30 metres to go. What an outstanding try by the All Flakes. They are really kicking it up another gear now as this game wears on. They looked hot off the whistle. But now we're 65 minutes in. They just look unstoppable. They look ready for semi-final rugby against either the Flakers or the Dragons. They're pumped. Confidence is high. They've had the hardest run in, facing all 3 subscriber sides. They beat the Guardians, just got beaten on the comeback by the Flakers, and then disposed of the Dragons in another close one. They look ready. This is their easiest game in a good 4 or 5 weeks. Bad pass, and that's gone forward. So now Toulon have a chance, and they feed it beautifully wide as well. It's a great run away. Willibon goes out wide. Oh, it's going to be a try against the run of play. Toulon have scored. That was a special one of their own. Was that O'Connor? We'll have to wait for 100% confirmation. No, it's Busto. Great work. Here it was, the run from Garado. And then pops it out wide. The dummy selling everyone down the river. And Busto turns quickly, sharply. And then as close as you can get to the sticks. Great run here from Garado. Off the forward pass. They turn it over. And Simeswell stunned by the dummy and left for dust by a quick accelerating period there by Matu Bastaro, who scores finally some points for Toulon. Here is James O'Connor. A little bit of reward here for the visiting side with 10 minutes to go. And a good kick as well. It's a long way back. And the way the All Flakes are playing, it looks like there's no chance they'll get halfway, let alone all the way in these final 10. Well, a weakness shown by the All Flakes here. Broken play, a penalty conceded, and they just look completely broken. Up it goes from Coop again, and well taken this time. Tuisova beats one, fires the ball infield, nice work as well. Getting involved in Streetwalker, intercepted. And no one's there to help him out. How did they not turn that over too long? I'm not sure. Eventually they do get it back. And it's a little chuckle away there from Garado. Once again there for Tillisbourne. He runs straight through Tillisbourne. Now we're getting a turning of the tide. Looks far too late though. Fleetwood's got it back. Coop quickly wide to Lambert. Does well to hang on. Jeffrey back to Kamana. Hakata Kamana. The way to Bansman Grayson. He went at the wheels. He goes to Science Wells. Oh, back to it's Jeffrey. Fuller was lost, but Jeffrey stole it like a thief in the night on the floor. And the All Flakes score another. It's a try frenzy here at Eden Park. There was Jeffrey. He got up and scored this try. That is amazing from the inside centre. Science Wells just had to slow up, and there you go. It looked like it was Smith, I think, Martin Smith, who stopped to grab that ball. and Jeffrey just come from in front of him and swiped it at speed. Watch this from Jeffrey, bang! Smith was waiting, and Jeffrey swooped in like a seagull on some fish and chips left in the park, and the try is scored by Bob Jeffrey. Complacency from the Toulon back rower. Should have jumped on that quickly and secured it. Here is what possibly could be the final kick of the game. Simon Coop, there it goes! 80 minutes is up, and the All Flakes have put in an emphatic display. 56 points in all, 49 by the All Flakes. They are going to the semi-finals. Toulon departs. They have been a side that has really put in a big season's effort to get this far. But now that the subscriber sides are clicking up the gears, they have been left well and truly in the dust. That is one performance that can only be deemed as extremely impressive by the All Flakes. One of the best subscriber side displays I've seen this season. Nearly everyone got to the scoreboard. Friedlander and Jeffrey picked up a double, whereas Dean Mumberg and Liam Symes-Wells picked up just the one try. And someone is missing there because that only equals 6. So who was the other try scorer? I can't even remember who it was. It was Christian Catley, wasn't it? Of course, diving in the first half on that right-hand wing. So apologies, Christian. They've left you off the scoreboard. Simon Coop nailed 7 out of 7 from the conversion tee to give them their total of 49.7 converted tries. Just outstanding by the All Flakes. Toulon, one consolation try late on in the second. Tamatu Bastero converted by James O'Connor. They looked better in that last 10 minutes, but they still were nothing to the form of the All Flakes. Possession, that is huge. 75-25 over a full 80-minute game. That is massive. Territory wasn't much different, 61-39. What really made this one here was the lack of discipline by Toulon and the lack of ability to hold on to the ball. Penalties conceded, 4. That is a lot of high tackles. That is a lot of ground you're giving away. 11 line breaks of 4 as well. You've got to be a bit sharper than that on defence. 49-7, the All Flakes, they look hot. A lot of players definitely should be going in the comments for team of the season after performances like this. I mean, hasn't players like Friedlander, Akahara, Kamana, Simon Coop, who else has been good? Liam Symes-Wells, Caleb Cook, Benjamin Grayson, so many All Flakes players have to be in the running for team of the season this year. That performance puts them in the semis. Let's go have a look at who they will be playing in their next big match. Well, we have kicked off the playoffs with one hell of a hiss and a roar, have we not? That was simply an amazing display from the All Flakes. One of the best performances by a subscriber side this season, no question in my mind. Second quarter-final/preliminary final playoff match is the Guardians of the Crib versus the Crusaders. That one, of course, a Twickenham home game for the Guardians. Now, let's have a look here at who the All Flakes will be playing. That is a table, not much help. Oh, yes, it's a rematch! Not probably what the All Flakes really wanted. I think they would have loved to have get redemption against the Flakers, but that'll give them confidence knowing that just, well, will be 2 weeks ago at the time, they beat the Celtic Dragons. 21-14, yes, there it is there. That was the scoreline. Can they do it again? Exactly the same fixture. Dragons at home, All Flakes on the road. This one, ooh, that one, that is going to be a cracker. The history already between these two sides, just phenomenal. And then we are going to have a rematch of last season's grand final. The Cornflakers versus the Guardians of the Crib for the semi-final number 1. So a quick turnaround there of just 6 days for the Guardians, whereas the Flakers are going to have 2 weeks clean off. So that could be a telling difference for the semi-final number 1. But oh man, that is 2 great matches worthy of the final. I mean, a rematch of the All Flakes Flakers in the final will be interesting. I mean, the Dragons beat the Flakers. in their first subscriber clash, so that would be an apt final as well. I mean, the Guardians could face the Dragons, who they lost to as well. I mean, it is all going on here. There is a lot going on. Either way you look at it, whatever they end up coming out as, there is something on the line for all of these sides. The Dragons versus the All Flakes. I cannot wait for that rematch. 21-14, just 2 weeks prior to that fixture. Next up, though, are the Guardians of the Crib versus the Crusaders. Winner of that will go on to face the Flakes, who are the early favourites to win the whole competition. Since, I guess, day one, they are the defending champions, and the way they've played throughout the season, still top of the table, of course. They finished top of the table, and they are going in surely as the team to beat. The Guardians have a chance, or the Crusaders, and then it will be on to the big dance, the grand final. Wow. That game has taken me by surprise. 49-7, Toulon, well, they had a good little season. They just scraped in, but they've been well and truly thumped and out now. Just the top 5 teams remain. Will it be the Guardians? Will it be the Crusaders? You have to find out next episode. Well, that does do me for the first finals match of Season 2 of the Global Rugby Challenge. Hope you enjoyed it, All Flakes. Wow, what a display. As always, like I said in the last Team of the Week video, let me know your thoughts on who you think deserves to be in Team of the Season. It is not just the finals, it is the whole season we will be taking a Team of the Season in. So that will be after the grand final, and then that team will play a special little game as well. So get your thoughts in who you think deserves to be there. The All Flakes could be in another 1 or 2 games. That is obviously going to be a big decider as to who makes the final, and of course the winner of the final will have a big impact on that team as well. But for today, that is my time done and dusted. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's matchup. A cracker, a surprising cracker as well. Really enjoyed it, really loved it. Some great fluid rugby from the All Flakes. I'll see you very soon for the next match, the Guardians of the Crib versus the Crusaders. Until then, thanks for tuning and watching. If you're enjoying the series, hit that thumbs up, and of course, hit that subscribe button too, because you don't want to miss the big finals matches. Easy, done, no problems. See you all next time. Until then, take care.